morning, good morning, good morning. We are just letting everything arrive, letting people arrive. 9:30. So, what we want is to have a mat, 2 blocks if you typically use them, and a blanket and a strap. And you'll be all set for everywhere we're going to go. There is a practice that's outlined in the Yoga Sutras by Patanjali. And you can think of the mind like a crystal. That what we set beside it, it will reflect. So if we set People magazine beside our mind, and we spend time with that, reflecting off of our mind, that's what we will begin to experience. We'll start to notice people's shoes and their clothes and who they marry and how they conduct themselves. And if we set beside ourselves a beautiful floral arrangement, this will have an effect on our mind. And we will notice other things differently because of what we've set beside us. And so the what of we're doing is that we'll be opening through the chest, through the shoulders, through the arms, and this will help our Kundalini practice through the rest of the month. And yet, when we're opening this part of our bodies, this throat, chest, back, our arms and our hands even, it's the way in which we perceive the world and the way in which we perceive ourselves. So if I'm shifting from this to this, that's a very substantial change. I have something to hear in this posture. I have something to say. So the opening of the physical body is the what, and yet how we do that, we are going to imagine someone in our life who feels steady and positive, a friend, a lover, a family member, that when the chips are down, that's the person we want to follow. We're going to set that person with us in our mind's eye. And they're going to practice with us. And this is the practice in the sutras, that we set beside ourselves those who enliven and enlighten our mind. And you will feel how this person, this soul, this reflection begins to influence our mind, because we have been at home alone in our minds for 4 weeks. And I can tell you that my mind isn't necessarily the best place. But when I sit it down next to someone I revere, and I feel their influence on me, what I perceive, what I explain, what I communicate, what I know and see and become is changed. So let's go. That was a long preamble and you were great. Stay with me. Let's start out on our backs. So if you choose, unfold your blanket. So we'll have a very similar start. There'll be little parts and pieces that are from the last 2 weeks, and then we'll change it up. But not too much change, so that you are familiar with what we're doing, and that you and I, at a distance, can be in calm connection. So coming onto your back, drawing your knees into your chest, let your low back settle, let your upper back widen. And let your right leg go long and your right arm go open overhead. Flex your feet. Roll your ankles open and close your toes. Reach into your right hand and now stand in your right heel. Reach a little further. Legs are strong. Left hand overhead. Keep your left knee drawn back as far as you can.
Backs of your hands on the floor. We're going to stand the left heel, press it straight. It might be out here, that's fine. Bend your knee. Exhale, press 5 and 4. Be strong, and 3 and 2, and hold your shin. And change, clearing the legs. Left leg long. Stand in your left heel, press your left heel away. Roll your ankles open and close your feet. Spread your toes, find your feet again. And then left hand overhead, reaching out. Press into the center of your left heel, reach overhead. Flex both feet, be strong in the legs, right hand overhead. And as you can, straighten your right heel toward the ceiling. If that means it's at an angle, that's all right. Bend your knee, press into both heels, and bend. Exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Perfect. Bring it both in. Now your right leg again extends, and your right hand goes on your left shin, and your left hand goes overhead. Flex your feet. Spread your toes. Stand in your right heel. Bring that left knee back with your right hand. Press. Change it up. Left leg goes long. Right knee bends. Left hand to your right knee and bring it close. Press into your left heel. Settle the chest, settle the back. And we'll begin to move. To exhale, right hand, left knee. To exhale, left hand, right knee. Inhale as you change, exhale as you press. To exhale, to exhale, to exhale, to exhale. Good, good. So the legs are getting clearer. The movement's getting a little more familiar. So you may work here, which is fantastic. Or you put your hands behind your head and you meet elbow to knee, elbow to knee, elbow to knee. And now wherever you've gone, you close your eyes. You keep the rhythm of your breathing and you keep the rhythm of your movement. And you bring to mind, who is that person? Who is that person? For me, it is my sister Christina, who always solves things. I get stuck overseas, I call back. I don't call my parents, I call her. And I bring her in. Bring them into your body. Bring them into your company. Give them a smile of welcome. They'll be with us through the day. So someone you would rely on, someone whose counsel is a salve when you are stuck. Eyes closed. And now in their company move. 5, 4, 3. Be bolstered. Have companionship and hands to shins. And give it a smile. Feet flat, hands wide. We are not alone. In our mind, in our beautiful, creative, potent mind, we can bring anyone with us. Feel the energy of your body changing. And knees to chest. You will roll over. And bring the back of your blanket to the front of your blanket. Knees and shins. Hands down. We'll start with our 3 ohms right here. Inhaling at hands and knees. Exhaling, start to fold your seat back. On your inhale, you rise back up. On your exhale, round back, tuck chin, fold. Inhale, rise up. Om is A-U-M, A in the belly, U in the chest, and M in the head. You'll feel that sound move through us. Inhale, hands, knees, 3 times we go. Inhale, rise. And rise. And stay. Your head is heavy, your body is quiet. We are here to establish ourselves,
to open the body until we remember who we are, until our clarity returns. Rise up, hands and knees. Start your playlist at the opening. Right, cat-cow. Inhale as you open, bringing your heart towards your hands. And exhale as you round, drawing your tail toward the floor. To inhale and to exhale. Start right in the middle of your body. Close your eyes. You have this great, sweet companion with you. How would they move? How would you share this? Keep moving. Turn your left thumb to point forward and your left fingers turn away. Trying to pull your hands apart, bring a little bit more movement into the upper back. And then turning your left thumb once again. Turn your left thumb to the left, turn your left fingers back so that your hands look like that. Right fingertips forward, left fingertips back. And then moving up from the palm of your left hand, up your forearm, into your collarbones, down your left side back for 3. Let us start to change for 2. We didn't come here to stay the same. And turning the left fingers forward, right thumb turns forward, right fingers turn right. So your hands are perpendicular to one another. And trying to draw your hands softly apart, spread your upper back. And get the movement now into the lungs and into the chest. May our hearts be open. Keep going there, or turn your right thumb right and turn your fingertips back towards your knees. And then moving from the palm of your right hand through your forearm, through your collarbones, down the right side of your spine. Clearing the line, fingers, palm, arm, shoulder, back. And turn your right fingers forward and find child's pose, opening and closing from tight fists. Opening and closing from tight fists. Rising up, top of the toes, find first downward facing dog, and just let one knee bend and then the other. One knee bend and then the other. Walk both feet to the left side of your mat. Step your left foot in front of your right foot and cross your dog. And then feel into the feet and let your hips wash a little bit side to side. Drop your head. Step your left foot up to your right thumb. Come onto your fingertips if you need it. So that your left foot is on the right side of your mat and your right foot is on the left foot side of your mat. And let your heel go back. Let yourself rock a little forward and back. A little forward and back. Start to look forward. Start to take your heart forward. Take your heel back. That would be our cross lunge. Right? Step your right foot up to the left thumb. So your right foot is behind, your right leg is behind the left. And you fold down. Bring your palms together. And as you come up, keep your palms together, bring your elbows together until you can't. And when you release, hands go wide. That's your breath in. And bring your palms together, and your forearms together, and your elbows together, and bring that down. That's your exhale. Lift halfway and lengthen forward. Your right foot steps back to the left corner. Lunge. Your back knee to the floor. Hands wide. Inhale up. Go a little forward and a little back. A little forward and a little back. And then hands wide and down. And step the left foot back. So you've crossed your dog again. Inhale, high plank. It'll fit together. It'll get more familiar. And down dog. Your back foot is your right foot.
Take it out and step it to your left thumb. Your left heel is back. Go a little forward. Go a little back. Your right foot is up on the left side. Your left foot is back on the right side. And then pause. Back knee to the floor. Sweep wide, hands up. And again, a little forward and a little back. Just making some space. We'll put it together. Front knee bends, hands wide, set down. Step your left foot up. So the left is behind the right, and fold down. Ha. Palms together, forearms together. Bring it together, bring it up, bring it open. And then palms together, elbows together, fold it down. Exhale. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Your left foot steps back, and your left knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep open, and then exhale to the floor. Step your front foot, your right foot back, crossed up. Take a breath. High plank, scissor your thighs, heart forward, downward facing dog. Take your left foot, your back foot, step it up to the right. Back knee down, hands high, inhale up. And exhale wide. Stepping up, your left foot behind, your right foot behind the left, fold down. And palms together, elbows together, inhale, up and out. Let's let it move. Palms together, elbows together, fold down. Lift halfway. Your right foot steps back to the left side. Knee to the floor. Inhale, up, open. Trust that little wobbling, that adjustment, that intelligence, hands wide. Step back down dog. Left in front of right. High plank. And down dog. Take your back foot, your right foot steps up to the left. Lunge, knee to the floor, and hands high. And sweep wide. Stepping up, lengthen out. Fold down. One more set. Palms together, elbows together, reach up, release. And palms together, elbows together, fold your way down. Lift halfway. Your back foot, your left foot steps back to the right. Lunge. Knee to the floor. Hands up. You can do it. And sweep wide and set down. Step your right foot back. High plank. Down dog. Uncross your feet. Feel your dog. Feel the outside edges of your hips and the inside edges of your feet. Step your left foot up. Bring your right knee down to the floor. Bring your hands up high. Now your left hand holds your right wrist. You're just going to come up so that the right hip is over the knee. And come forward and back. Your right toes are tucked under. You're bending your front knee, you're opening. You're straightening the left leg, and you're bending. So you're deepening the crease in the left side, and you're opening the front of your right thigh, right hip, right chest, right arm. And then bend the left knee and stay. Take your hands so softly to the left and press your right toes down into the floor. Square your right hip forward. Look up underneath your right armpit. And then draw your left heel, your front heel, towards your right knee. And let that lift you up out of the right hip. And sweep wide. Step your left foot back, down dog. Press your right hand down and away. Your right heel down and away. Let your left knee and your left hand be soft. So really clear and strong in the right side and a little soft in the left side. Perfect. Even out your dog, wag your tail, and step your right foot up between your hands. Put your left knee down to the blanket. Left toes are tucked under, hands high. And then straightening up, your right hand takes your left wrist. Bend. And rise. Inhaling. And exhaling. Yours may be smaller.
As you bend, you're using your right heel. And your right heel is drawing your pelvis forward and it's opening the left side hip. And it's bending the right side hip crease. And as you keep your right knee bent, you stay. And you press your left toes down. And the left hip squares. And the right, and the hands go to the right. Soften your left shoulder. And now draw your right heel towards your back knee. So you're drawing your front foot towards your back knee. And you come up out of the left hip and you release, hands down. Step your right foot back, find your dog. And this time press your left hand down and away, your left heel back and down, and soften your right knee. And soften your right shoulder. Wrap your left outer shoulder back. Wrap your left thumb and the base of the thumb down. And high plank. And then bending your knees, just pull it back. And move forward and back, just for a moment. Opening the chest, opening the shoulders. And then pause in your dog. Right foot will step up. Let's have left foot step up outside of the left hand. Heel on the mat, toe off the mat, and then put your block underneath your right hand. My back toes are tucked under, my right knee is on the floor, and my left hand can now come high. Begin a big reverse circle in your left hand, and let your hips come forward and back with that circle. And bring your mind, as you continue to move, that companion of yours. Set them in your expression. Set them in your movement with a quality of calm and support. And then keep your left arm right beside your left ear and let your hips come forward and back. 3 more times. Bend the left knee deeply. Turn the hips back. And bend the left knee deeply and stay. Little bit of a back bend, little bit of a back bend, little bit into the back of your head. Left heel draws towards your right knee, up out of the left hip. And the left hand comes down. Changing sides, so stepping back, finding your dog. And your right foot steps up outside of your right hand. Left knee down, add a block underneath your left hand. The left hand turns out to 2 o'clock. The right front toes turn out, no, that's 10 o'clock with your hand and 2 o'clock with your foot. And a big reverse circle. And a big reverse circle. And allow your hips now to move forward and back with that circle. Now you begin to give yourself permission to have a wider boundary. A bigger pasture to move in. What quality do you need? Make space, clear out your own, and call in that which you would reflect. Right arm beside your right ear. Let your front knee bend. Hips forward, hips back. Hips forward, hips back. Your right knee stays bent and a little bit of a back bend, the heart coming forward. Use your right heel to draw your pelvis forward. Bring your attention into the back of your head, into the tips of your fingers. Get your breath into the front surface of your body. Lengthen up under the throat. And the right hand comes down. Set your blocks forward, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Wag the tail side to side. Step your left foot forward. Bring your right knee down just for a moment and add your blocks on either side of your front foot. We're just going to move now forward and back, hands up. Last time, hands down.
And now lift your back knee and fold yourself down towards your front thigh. That's why you have the blocks. It may be very high. Knee down to the floor. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, hands up and go one more. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, hips up, stay. And lift as high as you can onto your fingertips and onto the ball of your back foot. And then heel back, elbows bending, fold, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And feel from your left heel to your left toes. And keep the left heel to toe long as you slowly fold, slowly fold, slowly fold. Perfect. Lift your back heel, step a slight step forward so you can find your back heel into the floor. Right hand onto the block. If need be, 2 blocks under the right hand so the left hand comes up high. Scissor your thigh, strong in the back leg, turn through the navel. Reach your left hand towards the front of the mat, and then reach your left hand toward the back of your mat. Reach your left hand up over the front of your mat, and then reach your hand towards the back of your mat. Perfect, left hand high, stay, legs are strong. Turn through the navel. And looking down, 2 hands down, you'll walk both blocks, either in front of you or to the back left corner of your mat. Your fingertips walk forward, and your feet are steady and flat, and your seat goes back. Come onto your fingertips, so the palms float, the elbows open, the armpits open, the arches of your feet open. Lift your toes and anchor across the balls of your feet and the heels. And then walk your fingertips under your shoulders and bend your left knee. And then bend your right knee. We're working our way around the circumference of the hip joint and down the backs and the sides of the legs. Inhale through the center, exhale, bend. Inhale through the center, exhale, sit it a little bit further back. One more time. And now, heels a little closer, left knee bends, left elbow to left thigh. Stay through. Lift the toes of your left foot. Bring your weight into your heel and sit your seat back and let your heart be long and forward. Let the back of your neck be long and forward. And then float and change. Left hand down, add a block if it's needed. Right hand to your right thigh. Lift your right toes, weight in your heel, tail back, navel up. Back of the neck is long. And then seal the outer edge of your left foot to the floor and lengthen through the outer ankle and the inner knee. Perfect. And through the center and wag it out and wag it out. Side to side. Pivot on your heels and your blocks are waiting. Hands on either side. Step your back foot so that it's a little further to the left and your right heel and your left heel are on 2 separate lines. And then bending into a lunge. Find the ball of your foot behind you. Check that when you bend your left knee, you'll land on the blanket for support. We'll just flush out the left side. Left toes are tucked under. Hands come up high. That's our inhale. Hands coming down. That's our exhale. Lift your back knee, lift your hips, straightening the front leg as you can. That's our inhale. We flow. Exhale, bend, knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, knee down, heart long. Inhale, hands up, gaze forward. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, bend your knee down. Inhale, rise, give it a little bit of juice. Hands down, hips up, fold in. One more full cycle. Lunging. Knee down, heart high. And hands down.
Lift your back knee, lift your hips, and press your front foot down and away. Press your hands down and away. Scissor your thighs. Staying. Lift halfway. Hop a little bit closer. Fingertips onto the block and exhale. Fold through. Inhale, lift and lengthen. From the heel to the tips of your toes belong to. And rising. Square the hips and slowly fold for 3. Reach your left heel back. Mine doesn't reach the floor. Okay? From your hip to your heel. Spine is long. From the waist, lengthen into the crown of the head. From the waist, lengthen into the heels. Then the left foot steps up. Half step forward so you can get your back heel on the floor. Left hand is down under the shoulder. Add a block if you need to. And then revolve, left hand down, right hand high. Spin through the center. From your left hip, reach into your left heel. And turn right from your pelvis, right through the spine, and reach your right hand forward. And then sweep your right hand back, looking down. Reaching up and over, looking up. Sweeping up and back, looking down. Inhale, bring it up and over. And then pause, hands wide, hands wide, hands wide. Good, good, good. Your right hand comes down. Take your left hand back and turn to warrior 2, so bring it up. Straighten your front leg, bring your palms together, and bend your right knee deeply, hands wide. There's your breath out. Stand up tall, inhale. And then exhale, bend your right knee, set it wide. A little deeper, so you can get your thigh parallel to the floor. One more time. Strong through the left leg. And then exhale, down. So these are the legs. Feel that power, but they're buoyant. They're breathing. Right elbow, right thigh. Left hand sweeps over. So from your left hip to your left heel, be strong. Let yourself move a little forward, a little bit back. And then widen. Reverse and straighten your right leg, reaching back. Open your chest and exhale, warrior 2. We breathe it. Right elbow, inhale, sweep over. Exhale, warrior 2, reach wide, bend. Inhale, reverse, going back. Exhale, wide, warrior 2. Inhale, come over, stay a beat. So lengthening now from your left hip to your heel, and from your left shoulder to your heel. Hands go wide, warrior 2. Keep the front knee bent and reverse. Keep the front knee bent and reverse. Hard up, strong in the left leg. Go one more. And upright. Take your right hand down to those blocks. Build your triangle. So the hand is just under the shoulders, the block is supporting you. Left hand high. Turn your palm to face the same direction as your right toe. And take your left hand right over your shoulder, and your left shoulder is over your right shoulder. And now pressing your hands apart, press your feet down and apart. And right here, open the left hip, and slowly take your left hand overhead. Slowly take your left hand overhead. Nothing else changes. Reach your left heel back and down. One more. Left hand high. Bending your right knee. Take your blocks, put them inside the left foot, and pivot your feet. So you're bending your left knee. And let's use the rise and fall of warrior 2 to move it through. Hands up high. There's your inhale. Exhale, left knee bends, hands wide. Inhale, rise up. Up out of the feet, up out of the waist, stay tall, hands wide. And one more, rise up. And exhale, warrior 2, set it down. Beautiful. A little buoyant, a little floating, a little strength. Left elbow, left thigh, sweep over the top. Right hip, right heel. Plug it in, open it up. Warrior 2 going wide, right hand to your right thigh, reach up, reach back, there's your breath in. And exhale, warrior two, bend in the knee. Elbow to thigh, reach the right hand over. From your right heel, reach. And now moving, exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, take it back. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, side angle, stay. Stay. From your right shoulder to your right heel. Keep that, hands wide. Keep your left knee bent and reverse, stay three. Stronger in the right back, stay two. Your legs are lifting your heart. Your base is built and your heart is high. Straighten the left leg, take it back. Left hand down onto the double blocks. If you need to, stand it up taller. Give yourself more space than you're accustomed to. That I could go to the floor, awesome. And I'm not. Not right now. We're using the legs to open the chest. So your left toe, left big toe points straight forward. Your right heel a little bit back. Right hand is straight over my right shoulder. My right shoulder is over my left shoulder. My left wrist is under my shoulder. My palm faces the same direction as the tips of my left toes. Sweep your right hand overhead, nothing else changes. And then sweep it back. That you could clean all the lines from your right heel, through your right hip, through your right shoulder, through your right fingertip. All of the upheaval, all of the tumult of your mind of the last few days, you're going to clear it out of your body. Clear it out of your breathing. Press your feet down. And then right hand stays high. Chest is broad. Stay three. Firm in the legs. Stay two. Open it up. Good, 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 good. And right hand comes down. Set the blocks forward and downward facing dog. Whew. The space, the change in my breathing is significant. It is so significant. A bend in the knees, pop forward. There's your plank. A bend in the knees, pull your hips up high. So pressing into plank, legs straighten, pulling into dog, knees bend. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. With a smile. 3, ha, 2, ha, 1, ha. Down, good dog. So we come back to the inner thighs and our circularity that we built. Walk both feet to the right foot. Step your right in front of your left. And bring your knees down onto your blanket and widen your feet. And here's where you need your strap. So if your strap's out of reach, you need to bring the strap closer. And I will pivot so you can see me. Ready? Now the trick here is to keep your feet wide and come onto your shins. So my feet are wide. I have my strap. Send your shins down. Send your hips forward over your knees. And allow your inner thighs to get long and allow your outer hips to keep adjusting. I hear you. I hear you. Press your feet down. Keep allowing. There's a lot of conversation going on. Inner thighs, outer hips. We're going to open the strap to the width that you can go up and behind you and then down over the front. Up and behind you. So get some balance. If it's too much, uncross your knees, kneeling, send your hips a little forward, and let your hands go up overhead, and then forward and down. Inhale, up overhead, and exhale down. All the way up, and all the way back, and we will meet with the hands up high, step. And just behind you, so that your hips are forward, your heart is high, your hands are pulling that strap a little bit wide. Hips are forward, chest is broad. We're going to find a whisper of ha 26 times. Close your mouth, out your nose, keep the rest. Hands come down. Release your strap. Find your dog. Take your time. Take your time. Find your dog and just uncross for a moment. Feel the outer edge of your right thigh, the inner line of your left thigh. But you're able to stand more clearly, more three-dimensionally in your legs. Close your eyes. Where is that good soul in your company? How are they cheering you on as you move into these unknown spaces? How are they helping? Both feet to the left side, left foot in front of the right. Bring your knees down. Widen your feet, tops of your feet. If you need to, Adam had a great assist last week using a block to get himself up. So he built a little bit of a ladder using the block. Right hand starts a big reverse circle. And then the right hand high. Bend your elbow, drop your fingertips down your shoulder. Give it the strap. Right? Left hand, big reverse circle. And then your left hand out to the left. Turn your thumb down. Turn your thumb up. Turn your palm open. Turn your left thumb down. Look away. And bend your left elbow. Put the back of your hand against your spine and find that strap. Now drawing the strap between the hands. Try to pull the hands apart and send the hips forward. You may start to feel a little upward action of energy through your body. Feet down, hips forward, heart up, elbow up. It's a lot going on. And soften your right shoulder, right hand down. Right hand takes the strap. Left hand, big reverse circle. Keep the legs coming forward, hips forward. And the left hand high. Drop your left hand down your back. Right hand gives it the strap. And the right hand goes wide. Keep your legs, you're good, you're good. Right thumb down and palm open. And right thumb down. Roll your shoulder palm open. And right thumb down. Take the back of your hand to your spine and catch hold of that strap. Try to pull the strap apart. Left hand is drawing up, right hand is drawing down. Hips forward. Breathe. Filling the upper chest. Softening the shoulders and the face, one more breath. And release the right hand first, the left hand strap down. Use your block if you need to. Walk yourself forward. You're going to find a dog for 3 breaths and a child. Pedal it out. Pedal it out. Hands down and away, wrap your outer arms back, your chin lightly in, your spine long. And bring your knees wide, bring the tops of your feet flat, hold your seat back. So, it's an unfamiliar thing, that crossed leg kneeling. And when we move into an unfamiliar place, it actually serves to open our body in new ways. We are familiar with so much. Hands and knees. Cat cow. Just 5. Flush it out. 4. 3. And 2. And left hand comes behind your head. Right arm is strong. Left elbow to right wrist. Rinse down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. 2. Down. Up as you can. Down as you can. Left hand high. Up open. Turn your palm through your gaze. A little forward and a little back. And stay. Left hand comes behind your right wrist. Bring your left shoulder to the floor. A little forward and a little back. We'll do that 3 times. Right hand down. Inhale, up, open. And exhale, left shoulder to the floor. Look up. Inhale up, open. And then exhale, bring it down. Staying on the left shoulder, a little forward, a little back. Let the hips move side to side. And then stay. The right hand to press down and away. If you choose, the right fingertips walk forward. Find your fingertips on the floor. Look up underneath your right armpit. Hips staying square, the feet staying flat. Right through the mid-back. And then right hand bends, hand flat, and soft cat-cow. Now spin so you can see the other side. Right hand comes up high. Bring your right hand behind your head, bring your right elbow to your left wrist. Inhaling, opening, exhaling, closing, to open, to close, to open, to close. 3, 2, 1. When your right elbow is high, straighten your right arm, palm is open, hand is open. A little forward, a little back, let the whole body change. And then your right arm down behind the left wrist, right shoulder to the floor. Look up over the left shoulder, and we do it 2 more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, thread it through, exhale. Inhale, come up. Reach long, take all that length, and bring it out. Left shoulder to the floor, stay. Get your breath into your upper back. Let your feet flatten out. If you like, right arm straightens, coming onto your fingertips, onto the right side of your head. Feeling the tension of the mid-back release. And then bring your left hand back, hands down. Child's pose. A little bit side to side. Rise up. So kneeling, face the side of your mat. And put a block to your right side. And step your left foot into the center line of your mat. So I'm facing the right side of my mat. I have my right foot perpendicular to the length of my mat, and I have my left foot in the center of the mat. Put a bend in your left knee, your right hand on your right hip. So as I bend my left knee, I'm using my left hand to take my knee towards my pinky toe ever so slightly. As I come up right hip over right knee, I'm using my right hip into my hand, and a little bend in the left knee. And a rise, right hip into the hand, bending, left knee toward the left little toe. So both hands are sort of pulling apart and opening deeper into the inner thigh. And then we'll stay, left elbow to thigh, right hand high. Little bitty back bend. Press your right toes down before behind you, right hip forward, We're going to find a small, sweet circle right there. Go 3. Right hand does a small reverse circle. Go 2. 1 more. Deepen the left knee bend. Now take your right hand to that right side block, right underneath the right shoulder. Pivot your left foot parallel to the top edge of the mat. And the left hand comes over. Opening the front of your left hip. Stay. Turn your left palm to face the floor and your left shoulder down into the socket. Starting to open the side of the throat. How the side of the throat is related to the outer edges of your hips. And bringing it up. Perfect. Left knee bend, set it down. And set your block where your left foot used to be. So I'm up on my knees, my toes are tucked under, my right foot steps to the center of my mat, toes pointing directly away from it. Begin to bend the right knee and to straighten. Bending the right knee. So I'm deepening the crease between the thigh and the pelvis. Put your left hand on your left hip. And as you straighten, I want you to try to take your left hip into your hand by pressing your left toes into the floor and feel the quadricep lengthen. And as you take your right hand on your right inner knee, take your knee towards your little toe and see if you can do both. Left hip forward, right knee wide at the same time. Inhale, it floats up. And exhale, it floats down. Getting a little bit deeper into the hips, into the pelvis. One more time. So that you can bring your right elbow to your right thigh, right knee to the right, left hand high. And find the space, a little forward, a little back, where you're exactly between left hip forward, right knee bent. And in that base, a small reverse circle. Feeling that all the way from your knee, your outer hip, the sides of your abdomen, the sides of your throat, into your fingertip. One more. And then pause. Deepen your right knee, bend deep, 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 and come out. Left hand stays long and down to that block. If you need, stand it on its edge. If you need, stand it on its tail. Find where your block is supporting you. Pivot your right heel down, your outer edge of your foot parallel with the edge of your mat, and reach overhead. So that you can stand in the full footprint of your right foot. From the heel to the toe, be long in your right foot. From your outer right hip to the center of your heel, stand strong. Not even necessarily a back bend here, just totally through the side body. Pressing your left knee down, your hips a little forward. Right palm sees the floor. Open. Open. Who are you reflecting into your mind? Bring them in. Bring them in. Thank you. Keep company. Right hand up. Left knee bends. Bring yourself up. And just flush it out. Knees down. Set your blocks forward. Set your blanket a little bit lengthwise. And come to sit at the front edge of your blanket. Perfect. We settle in. Find some victory, hands high. Settle your shoulder blades down your back. Stand in your feet. Draw your toes back. Shake out your head, shake out your jaw, open and close your hands. And as you sweep your hands forward, your feet rise and you're in Ardha Navasana half boat. That will be exhale. Heels down, use your legs to lift your hands. This will be inhale. So exhale, float down. Inhale, float up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. And inhale, up. Two more like that. Going down. Gathering into the center body. And then rising up into the heart once again. Bring it down. Stay 3. Stay 2. Bend your knees, feet flat, hands down. So my heels and my feet are on the floor. My hands are on my thighs, lightly pressing away. Starting to feel the energetic body. All that standing work is to clarify our connections. So we can feel our feet on the floor, heel to toe, elbows down beside you, fingers point up. Peel your hips up and tuck a shoulder, tuck another. Standing in your feet. Press your left hip up,
and then your right hip up. Press your left hip up, and then your right hip up, and then both. Heel down, toes long, chest broad. You may work here, or hold the outside edge of the mat. Press the backs of your arms into the floor, the back of your head into the floor to lengthen the back of your neck, stand in your feet. And then lowering down. Walk your right foot to the center line and cross your left knee deeply over the right. Just let it rest there for a moment. Pressing into your right heel, lift your hips, come on your right outer hip, and bring both knees over towards the right side. So the knees are crossed, and the knees are down into the floor. If it's too much, add a block underneath your knee or your shin. One more. But you're really here turning through the spine and the low belly. And then bring it back up into the center. Feet flat, hips to the center, pause, beat. Left foot to the center line, right leg's crossed over. Lift your hips up and come onto your outer left hip and drop your knees towards the left side. Left hand rests on your right outer thigh, right hand to the side. Your inhalation is large and into the right side lung and down into the belly. Exhale, empty the belly and then drop your shoulder, right shoulder to the floor. Inhale to the abdomen, into the right lung. Exhale, empty the abdomen and drop the right shoulder. Into the center, hips up, feet flat, hands on thighs, pause, beat. Knees to your chest, hands on shins, little side to side. Bring it closer, lengthen the low back. Legs go long, hands up high, sit up tall, there's your inhale. Palms forward, hips high, heels high, there's exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. Use this movement to begin to rise from the waist up, out into the chest. The palms face forward, the heart is high. You've made a little more space. The legs, the heart, the hands. Go one more. Rise up. And pause back, stay. 3, 2. This time, knees bend, hands on chins, rock up, feet flat, hands behind you. So your fingertips point towards you. A little bend in your elbows, a wag side to side, hard up. Bring your heels under your knees like you did for your bridge. Lift your hips. A little side to side, and a little bit forward. Come off the heels of your hands, come off the heels of your feet, and then plant your feet and plant your hands. Onto the balls of your feet, onto the knuckles, and bring it back and go up an inch. Your knees forward, be aware of your shoulders, be aware of your knees, and find the opening that works for you, hips an inch higher. Going a little forward and a little back, and then stay. Press straight down in your shoulders. Press straight down from your knees to your heels. Bring your inner thighs and wrap them toward the floor. And press your arms straight down. Put a break in your hips if you need to. So rather than collapsing and quitting completely, just drop it down a little bit. Keep your chest broad, or as you can, hips up high. 3, stand in your feet. 2, and then bending your elbows, bring your hips towards your heels. And stay. 3. Tuck at the chin, elbows back, open the mid-back. Get your breath into the back of your body.
And then come onto your back. Right knee is bent, right foot flat. Cross your left ankle onto your right knee. And draw your thigh in. If you can, you'll interlace your hands behind your thigh. If you can go further, you'll interlace your fingers over your right shin. And as you stay, you're sending the left thigh away. On an exhale, a little bit of a pulse. On an inhale, a little bit of space. On an exhale, a little bit of a pulse, bringing the right thigh towards you. On the inhale, a little bit of space, send it away. So bringing it in. And as you press away, press your right shin into your hands and straighten your arms as though you would draw more and more space through the back of your neck, the tops of your shoulders. And stay. And just as we did before, left foot flat. Bring your hips up and over to the left. So you're on your right outer hip. Lift your right heel so you're at right angle. And drop onto your right outer hip, putting your left foot on the floor. Right hand on your left inner thigh or knee. Left hand wide and a little higher than your head. You're rolling your left thigh away. You're rolling your left outer foot onto the floor. Your right outer foot is on the floor. Right outer foot, right outer thigh. Soften your left inner thigh and your left hip. And allow your left heel to be heavy. And you're looking for a stretch from the left outer hip through the left waist into your left hand. You may find it in many other places. One more. Release your right hand down. Use your elbow, bring center. And with your hips at center, hands wide, let it wash out a little bit, side to side. And change it up. Left foot flat. Right ankle over the left knee. Pause a beat. This might be where you work, or just right hand on right thigh, and you don't go anywhere, and that's fantastic. Just letting your right hip loosen and move away. Or interlace your fingers behind your left thigh, bringing it a little closer. Or interlace your fingers over your left shin, bringing it closer. So the shoulders move back and down to the floor. On your exhalation, you begin to draw a bend in the elbows and the left thigh closer. On the inhale, the shin and the leg floats away. Exhale, draw your thigh and your shin closer. On your inhale, use your left leg, press into your hands. And exhale, draw it close. Inhale, float away. Press so that you're opening through the back of your neck and your shoulders, and then on your exhale, you're bringing it in. One more time, like that. And then keep it close and stay a beat, and stay a beat. Softening your right outer hip. Softening through your chest and your face. And the left foot goes flat to the floor, center line. Hips come up. Take your hips to the right, and then you're on your left outer hip. Lift your left foot and drop your right foot flat to the floor as you can. Left knee stays bent, right hand wide. Left hand on the right thigh. Send it away. And now bring your breathing into this congestion of outer hip, low back, right side waist, and out through the right side shoulder. We can say, why are we doing so much down into the legs, down into the pelvis and the hips if we're trying to open the throat and the chest? See if you can feel how your breath changes when you can make a little space in the outer hip
in the outer waist, in the right side diaphragm, the right side lung. Let your right shoulder be heavy. Let your right foot be heavy. Outer right foot to the floor, outer left foot in the floor. And you're sending your right hip forward, you're sending your left hand forward, you're rolling your right thigh away. You can feel layer after layer how it wraps all the way up around the right side, ribs and shoulder. How we can start now to begin a deeper breath into the right side lung. And release. Knees up. A little side to side, let it go. And feet flat. Draw your knees into your chest. Shake out your feet. And then feet flat. We'll slide the blanket out from under us to get a nice flat surface to work with. And build Matsyasana, build fish. So put your palms flat down. Bring your thumbs together under your hips. And then let your hips come down onto the backs of your hands. So feet flat, backs of your hips resting on your hands. Walk your elbows close to your body. Press your elbows down to lift your chest. And then walk your elbows closer to one another. Heart comes up. Walk your legs out long. So your palms are flat. Your heart is high. Without moving your elbows, try to widen your elbows and try to broaden your collarbones. Reach the balls of your feet away and allow the back of your head to be heavy. Allow your mouth to come open. Allow your jaw to loosen. And then flexing your feet, the crown of your head falls. Pointing your feet, you reach away. Feet flex, your head drops. Feet point, your chest lifts. So flexing feet, head drops. Pointing toes, heart rises. 2 more times. This little action in your ankles goes all the way through the chest, through the throat, through the head, through the face. Find your center point, legs are strong. And lightly, chin to chest. Coming out the way within. Knees bend, feet flat, elbows widen. Bring your chest to the floor. Keep your knees bent. Lift your hips, palms open, legs long, pause a beat. And just feel the body. Feel the way the collarbones are broad. Feel the flush and the clarity through the pelvis and the way that the hip opening is changing the chest. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees. Shake out the feet, shake out the knees. And we'll go into a shoulder stand from here. And if you choose, my legs feel so much better. If you choose, you would take your blanket, setting it behind you, and bring the fold right under the top edge of your shoulders. If you feel safe doing your shoulder stand flat to the floor, that's your choice. Otherwise, the top edge of my shoulders and the top fold of the blanket are exactly in alignment, right? Elbows down. Option 1 is just to bring your knees in, hands on outer thighs, and stay here. Option 2, you can fold your blanket in half again and lift it up and putting it under your hips. Give you a quick view. So that your hips have a little lift, your elbows are down, and you're just elevating your feet. Or you're building this, and you're lifting your hips up into your hands. So the tops of my shoulders are aligned with the top of the blanket, makes a little extra length through the shoulders, the back of the neck. So start out with knees bent, and find the backs of your hips, resting your hips in your hands, resting the back of your head on the floor. Spin your heels wide and your knees in, and let that lengthen from the waist to the tail. Heels wide, toes turn in, knees turn in, and lengthen from the waist to the tail. Just pause right there. And let your whole back body adjust to being inverted. The next step would be to walk your hands a handspan up your back. But where we're going to go is one step further. Wherever you've gone, bend your left knee, left ankle to the right knee. Maybe this is where you stay, or you simply cross your legs. Otherwise, ankle to knee. And now use your right thigh and bring your ankle towards your right side shoulder. And then press it up. And bend your right knee and bring your right thigh down and close to your body. Stay 3. Now get your breath into your upper back. Lift your hips a little higher. Go 2. And release. Heels high. Uncross. Shake it out. Right ankle crosses over the left knee. Bend your left knee. And bring your left thigh closer. Go where you can go. You're opening through the back of the neck, the upper back. And then you're straightening the leg, let it up. And again, bend the left knee. Left thigh towards your left shoulder. Back of the neck is long. Hips may go a little higher. And the thighs may fold a little closer. Lengthen the back of your spine. Soften your face. And then the heels up high. Shake the heels side to side. The feet up and down. Bring the base of your big toes together. Find your full shoulders down, wherever that may be. If restorative is better, hips are on the blanket. Hands are helping the thighs. Just be upside down. Knees bent. Feet overhead. Or resting feet to the floor. Hands to the outer heels. Just for 5 breaths. Back of the neck is long. Chest is broad. And your hands come down. And your hips come down. And we all meet on the back. Knees bent. Feet flat. Hands on thighs. Feel the chest open and the back body release long. Let your legs go down long. Let your arms go out wide. Take your hands overhead. Interlacing your fingers, press the palms away from the crown of your head. Flex your feet. Turn your toes in slightly and your heels out slightly. Your inner thighs down. Send the thumbs away. Just lengthen out from the hip to the heart to the hands. And then let it go. Wherever your arms are comfortable, the backs of the hands rest on the floor. You may be overhead, you may be out wide, you may have hands beside you. One more. And then deciding, I will flush out the chest. I will take us one last step into the breath, into the arms. Clear out the chest. Clear out the emotions, clear out the weak. And then we'll come back and meet here or here is here and here is done and good. Stay here. Legs are long and soft. Any adjustment, any covering that you need, set yourself up. Otherwise, gently to your right side, roll it up. A block. Kneel. Rolling your shoulders. You can sweep a little bit side to side. Shake it out. Hands on thighs. We will want not with haste. So on your playlist, go to not with haste. Right? And you will move at the pace that you have, that you hear. The palms simply turn up and then back and open, back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Start soft. The chest is broad, you built the base, the spine is clear, the body's ready. As you're ready, quicken. Inhale, exhale. Eyes closed. We don't have to make it more. Just stay. And write out the fingertips. Clearing. In, out, in, out, in, out. Heart stays open. Chest is clear. In, eyes closed. Let's go. Softer. Even as you're able to move more freely, even as you're able to move more completely, the fingers are loose, the wrists are loose, the back is open, the chest is clear. And sit. Feel the pulse of your chest, the arms, the face. Feel that companion that you chose. Set them with you. How would they respond? How would they hold you? How would they counsel? Feel that companionship in your body, in your system. Feel it light up. Coming back in. Out. Out. In. Out. In. Out the jaw. Out the neck. Out the head. And you're not fighting it. You're creating a space. You're creating a release. You're going to stay right here. It's light. It's light. It's emptying. You got 20 seconds. Your whole windscreen, your perception of who you are, your perception of what you need. Clear this. What you hear, what you say, what you know, what you do.
5, 4, 3, 2, and set it down. Eyes closed, body quiet. You are the temple. Back of the body is long, smooth. The chest is open, the arms are long, the fingertips might be bright. On your inhalation, draw the breath down into the center of you, and on your exhalation, out the joints. Inhale down and through you. Exhale out the joints. Inhale down and into the body. Exhale out through the joints. Eyes closed. 2 more. Left palm turns down to the thigh. Right hand, first 2 fingers together. Hold them to the palm. Take the tip of your right thumb. Close the the right side nostril. Breathe easily in and out the left side only. Take the tip of your right ring finger and close the left side, releasing the right. Breathe in and out through the right side only. Inhale through right, 2, 3, 4. Close right out left, 2, 3, 4. In left, 2, 3, 4. Close left out right, 2, 3, 4. In right, sit tall, 3, 4. Out left, 2, 3. In left, 2, 3, 4. Out right, 2, 3, 4. Right hand down. Eyes closed, body quiet, feel the breath. On your inhale, imagine energy rising up to the top of your head. On your exhale, it descends from the crown of the head down through the body. On your inhale, rising through the body up to the top of the head. On your exhale, from the top of the head back down into the seat. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhale up. Exhale down 1 more time. Inhale up. And down. Normal breathing. Feel the clarity and the balance between the front of your body, the back of your body. The left side shoulder, the right side shoulder, the back of your neck, the front of the throat. Let your teeth separate, let your lips be soft. Feel the mouth, the base of your skull, the back of your head, the sinuses, ear canal, the brain within your skull. Feel the quality of that companion that you chose for this time. That is in your mind, and as it is in your mind, it is in you. Embody what you're seeking. Feel its company, feel their company, and feel that you have that. Everything you need, what you're seeking, you have that, you made that, you installed that in yourself this morning. And as we conclude, take your time, write them, call them, remind them, touch them, thank them. The things we set next to our mind, we become. Install carefully, my love, set beside you that which you require. And let it help. Let it keep company. Sweep our hands wide, inhaling up. Palms together, down the middle. We will do that with an Om 3 times. A in the belly, U in the heart, M in the head. Inhale up. Inhale. One more time, through the clarity, all the way home. Hands to your forehead, center. The light within me sees the light within you. And so we become the light, side by side. Namaste. If I don't see you tomorrow morning, have a wonderful Easter. If you're not an Easter doer, have a wonderful Sunday. And if you want more, come tomorrow morning to Kriya for Victory. We'll be at 8 a.m. or replay it anytime during the day. I will be online live Monday through Friday at noon right here every day. It is the consistency that rewires us. Everything we just did will embellish and support and enhance everything that you do in that Kundalini set. And that set is there to bring you from fear to calm, from calm to light, from light to good. I will see you so soon. Share that. Namaste.